Take a look at these two questions. They look almost perfectly identical, but if you mix them up, you completely change the meaning of your conversation. The difference comes down to a single distinction: who is actually performing the action? Are you asking about the person making the call or the person picking up the receiver? When asking about the receiver of an action, we use a structure called an object question. It relies on a specific formula: a question word, followed by the helper verb did, then the subject, and finally the base form of the main verb. We use this all the time. Take the sentence, "Who did you visit?" You are the subject visiting, and you're asking to find out exactly who received that visit. The mechanical rule here is strict. If you are trying to identify the receiver of the action, you must include the helper verb did. But what happens when we don't know who performed the action? Imagine the sentence, "My grandfather visited me," but the person who visited is a total mystery. In this scenario, the question word itself becomes the subject, and when that happens, the formula changes. Notice what is missing from this new lineup. There is no helper verb at all. Let's map them out side by side. On the left, you are the subject performing the action. On the right, who steps in to take the place of the unknown subject acting upon you. Removing did has an immediate physical effect on our main verb. Without did to carry the past tense, the main verb has to do the work. So the base verb visit shifts into the past tense visited. This gives us the core rule for subject questions. When your WH word steps into the shoes of the doer, you have to drop the word did entirely. This grammar block from the textbook lays out several examples to put these rules into practice. Let's isolate a single narrative sentence from exercise 6. Kyle bought the tickets. If we want to ask about the receiver of the action, the tickets, we follow our first formula. We bring in the helper verb did to ask, what did Kyle buy? If we want to ask about the doer of the action, Kyle, we drop the helper verb and keep the main verb in the past tense. The question becomes, who bought the tickets? Let's look at the next line in the text. There were 70,000 people at the match. We need to ask a question about those people. Take a few seconds to figure out if you need helper verb did to fill in this blank. Because the 70,000 people are the ones performing the action of going to the match, this is a subject question. We drop the helper verb and simply ask how many people went to the match. Let's pull one final sentence from the text message to test both rules simultaneously. Ed scored 2 goals. We can extract 2 completely different pieces of information from the sentence depending on how we build our questions. To find out the doer of the action, the question word takes the subject position. No helper verb needed. Who scored 2 goals? To find out what was received or achieved, we bring back our helper verb. What did Ed score? Ask about the doer? Drop the did. Ask about the receiver? Bring the did back in. Keep this framework handy, and you'll always know exactly which structure to use.